This is a destash video because my current series, Spin to Mordor, I'll put the links at the bottom, is in an unplanned intermission. I'm basically waiting for fiber to arrive. I have ordered about 500 grams of Southdown tops, and today I got a status notification telling me that they were out of stock. Of course they were. But it's fine because there's plenty for us to do, and I have a whole basket of yarn that should be knit and socks that I would also like to gift this Christmas season. And December is right around the corner as well, so I don't feel like I have that much time. But to begin with, I have a bunch of like a random loose yarn, like this and this, some superwash stuff. And there's like no way that you can do a complete project with this, not even one of those Sophie scarves. But what I thought is I would just crochet myself a coaster for my table right here. I do have one. It's this sad piece of leather. It's fine, it does its job, but it's not inspiring me. I just had some scraps and I cut a square and then put it there. So let's upgrade it with the stuff we have. So I'm almost done with this one. I'll knit two. I'll have one for this table and one for my desk. And at least I have used some of my superwash here. Never again. I am also almost done with my second sock. So maybe I'll finish that this week also. And then all this stuff that's in this basket, plus some mohair that I also bought. I have my work cut out for me, but it's fine because I've been wanting to dig into this, and now that I will be having a little bit extra time and then the holiday season's coming along, I can just sit and knit some. So let's do that now. It has been years since I've crocheted anything. Over a decade, I think. Like, I only had one hook, and it's this one here, and it's not even the correct size, but I'm not about to buy more. I'm not gonna buy more. Now, I'm wondering, I have 2 weeks left of Spin to Mordor series. I'm quite enjoying the series, and I really like to read the excerpts at the end of the videos. At this rate, I will probably be done by Christmas time. There's 2 weeks left, but I think my wool will arrive in 2 weeks or more because they've ordered it just for me. So I also stopped by the yarn shop today, not because I wanted to buy anything, but I wanted to see how their silk yarn look like. I'm trying to get inspired to spin some of my silk, like what kind of blending I'll have with it. And what I saw was a silk merino linen blend. I thought that was a bit special, but it looked nice. It was very soft, but for sure it was drapey. They had some swatches. So I think I will end up knitting a shawl. Other than that, I have just been trying to make plans for next year. I'm a very goal-oriented person, and I like setting goals for the following year and like really aggressively following up on them. And I was looking over the list of my goals from last year, and I've completed all of them except one. So that one will go over into the following year, but it's highly satisfying to have like a short list. There's only a few goals. I can't share them now because they're a bit personal, but they're like, you know, have to do with my personal growth and career and health and things like that, family. And I have 5 goals, and I just focus on those 5 basically. And I would say they're a bit of ambitious goals. That's why I set them as a whole year 2025, 2026 goals. And I'm thinking, what's next? What's the goal for 26? What is my life strategy? Actually, hobbies were one of my goals for 2025. And I guess this is why this channel exists. That's one done. It came out nicer than anticipated. I seriously have not crocheted in over a decade and struggled starting it, but now it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me. But let's just say function over design. That's one done. All right, let's see what else we find in our basket. No, I should finish this sock. Okay. The Destash Sprint continues. I just finished knitting those socks, and I took out my handspun that I did earlier this year. It's quite thick and chunky yarn. This is Norwegian wool. Some of it was rather hard to spin just because it was such a long staple. But anyway, I thought that I would knit myself a pillowcase because this flap here annoys me, and I don't have a pillowcase this size. So if I knit one and then dye it yellow, these two can go together. A few days have passed now, and I still haven't gotten my wool to spin, but I have been up to other stuff. I've been knitting a lot off camera, and I'm doing the pillow cover. Doesn't look like much yet, but I'm basically gonna do a very long rectangle, and then I'm just gonna sew it shut so that it's like a square in the end. But the texture is coming out very nice. I think this was a very good choice for a pillow cover. And then I started to dig out all the Christmas wrapping. I usually recycle stuff like this. Like, it's just like a pouch, but it has a Velcro, so I don't have to like rip it out and throw it out. I can just reuse it. So these socks are gonna go in here. that's one gift done. And I can put it here on the side. And then I hope that I'm done with this tomorrow or even today if I get a chance to knit more. Obviously, I still need to close it up and block it. I'm really enjoying this white color and the texture, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to dye it or if I should just let the white creamy color do its thing. We'll see. That's another project done. As I said, I just knit a very long rectangle and then I cut it up. Not cut it up, I sewed it shut. Wow, okay. And then I added the only white button I could find. Next in line is a small scarf project. I just started it right here and I'm just doing this with fingering weight pink and then some alpaca silk. And then I have some other yarn that I will move into once I'm done with that. But basically I am just picking a pattern from this book right here by Sari Norlund. It's the Timeless Knits and she has a bunch of nice patterns here actually. Among them is this terpsichore scarf. I can't pronounce that. Anyway, it's this right here. And it's a nice precursor to my cable sweater because I haven't really done cables. So this is a nice intro project and it's small enough that I could just finish it without struggling the whole year with it. I'll get started on that because my fiber still has not arrived and the holiday season is almost upon us and I'm just fearing that it's just gonna get stuck in the holiday mail now, but it is what it is. And there's still plenty of projects to look forward to. I've got that and all of this plus all of the hand spun that I haven't gotten to yet. But let's leave it at that for now. I hope you enjoyed this Destash Sprint video. See you next time.